In the bustling city of Lagos, where wealth was displayed like a badge of honor, there lived a girl named Amarachi. She was the only daughter of Chief Okafor, a wealthy businessman whose influence stretched from the mainland to the island. Amarachi had everything: luxury cars, expensive clothes, servants at her beck and call, and a beauty that made people stare whenever she went. But with her beauty and wealth came proud, the kind of pride that poisons her heart. Amarachi never greeted anyone, not her neighbors, not the gate man, not the driver, not the elderly women selling vegetable on her street. To her, greeting was beneath her. She would walk past people with her head high, sunglasses covering her eyes, lips tightly sealed. Even in her university, Amarachi was known as the Ice Queen. Her fellow students would greet her, "Good morning, Amarachi," but she will never respond. Professors would nod at her and she simply walked away. To her, the world revolves around her beauty and the money. But fate, as it always does, has a way of humbling the proud. One afternoon, Amarachi returned from a shopping spree. She stepped out of her black Mercedes G-Wagon with bags from Gucci, Prada, and Chanel dangling from her arms. The gate man, old Baba Chike, bent slightly and greeted, "Welcome, auntie." "Good afternoon." Amarachi brushed past him without a word. Baba Chike muttered under his breath, "This girl, she doesn't know that pride goes before a fall." Inside, her mother, a kind woman, pulled her aside and said, "Amarachi, my daughter, you are beautiful and blessed, but you lack something important, and that is humility. A simple greeting opens doors more than money can." Amarachi hissed, "Mommy, please, who has time for greeting? Do greeting buy clothes? Do they put food on the table?" Her mother shook her head sadly. "One day you will meet someone you cannot look down on. Mark my words." But Amarachi rolled her eyes and walked away. A few weeks later, the university announced the arrival of a new lecturer, Dr. Obinna Eze, a young but brilliant man who had studied abroad. He was known for his strict, disciplined, and intolerant of disrespect of any type. The first day he walked into class, everyone stood up to greet him except Amarachi. She remained seated, her legs crossed, scrolling on her phone. Dr. Obinna noticed immediately. His eyes narrowed. "You," he said, pointing at her, "stand up." Amarachi looked up slowly, her sunglasses perched on her head. "Excuse me?" "You heard me," Dr. Obinna said firmly. "Stand up." With a sigh, Amarachi rose, her expensive perfume filling the air. "What is your name?" he asked. "Amarachi," she replied flatly. "Amarachi what?" the lecturer said. "Just Amarachi," she said, tossing her hair. The class gasped. Nobody ever dared talk to Dr. Obinna like that. But instead of shouting, he smiled. "I see. The one who cannot greet? The one too important to acknowledge others? Don't worry, Amarachi. I will teach you a lesson. Not with my hands, but with life." She smirked. "Good luck with that, sir." From that day, a silent war began. Amarachi would deliberately arrive late to his lectures, walking in with her heels clicking against the floor. Dr. Obinna would stop teaching until she sat down. When he asked students questions, she refused to answer. He didn't scold her. Instead, he deducted marks quietly. When exam came, Amarachi, who usually bribed her way to good grades, discovered Dr. Obinna was incorruptible. He caught her trying to cheat, and instead of reporting her to the university, He gave her a chilling warning. You think money will always save you? Life doesn't work that way. Humility is the greatest wisdom, and until you learn, everything you have will turn to dust. Amarachi laughed in his face, but his words began to haunt her. One night, Amarachi attended a high class party on the island, dressed in a glittering gown. She turned head as usual. On her way out, her car broke down. Furious, she called her driver, but his phone was off. She tried flagging down cars, but it was late. Finally, she saw an elderly woman by the roadside carrying a basket of vegetables. "Excuse me," Amarachi said impatiently, "call me a taxi." The woman looked at her with kind but tired eyes. "My daughter, good evening. Please, can you greet first before asking?" Amarachi frowned. "I don't have time for greetings. Just do what I said." The woman shook her head. "A tree that refuses to bow will break in the storm." Before Amarachi could respond, a group of thugs emerged from the shadow. They surrounded her, demanding her bag, phone, and jewelries. She screamed, but nobody came to her aid. Terrified, she looked at the old woman, who simply watched silently. Amarachi cried, "Please help me. Tell them to stop." The woman's eye glowed strangely in the dark. "Did you ever greet your elders? Did you ever respect anyone? Even the gate man at your house? Humility would have protected you tonight." The thugs snatched everything and left her trembling by the roadside. When she turned back, the old woman had vanished into thin air. Bruised and humiliated, Amarachi finally got home. Her mother was horrified at her state, but Amarachi couldn't speak. She locked herself in her room and cried all night. The next day in class, she walked in quietly. Her face was pale. For the first time ever, she stood before Dr. Obinna and bowed slightly. "Good morning, sir," she said softly. The class gasped. Dr. Obinna studied her face and nodded. "Now you are ready to learn." From that day, Amarachi changed. She greeted the great gate man, the cleaners, her classmates, even strangers on the street. At first, people were shocked, but eventually they began to smile back at her. She realized that a simple good morning opened more doors than her beauty and wealth ever could. Years later, Amarachi would tell her own children, "Pride nearly destroyed me. I thought I was too important to greet anyone, but life humbled me. Remember this, greeting costs nothing, but it is worth more than gold." And so the arrogant, rich, beautiful girl who once refused to greet became a woman known for her kindness and humility. Because in the end, she learned the truth. The proud always meet their nemesis, and humility always win. So this is the story of Amarachi, a proud and arrogant, beautiful, rich girl that cannot greet, but life humbled her. So greeting is the best thing in life. Greeting can buy love for you. Greeting can give you life. If you don't greet, nobody will like you. So this, let me know in the comment section below how you see the story. And don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.